Apparently the Bambu Lab A1 is having problems where the cables might catch on fire. So this is not a joke. They are saying there's a cable callback. I don't know what that means. Is that like a recall? But in any case, it seems pretty bad. Let's click on this blog post to learn more. They're having an A1 heat bed cable callback. Apparently they've received a few concerning and unstable temperature readings and heating issues for our A1 printers. I like how they say our A1 printers. Really, they're their customers' A1 printers, but Bambu likes to think that they own all printers that they ever produce. Anything that leaves the factory belongs to them. Anyways, check this out. This looks real bad. You can see this, it burned through the insulation on this wire. And you can see this like burned and sputtered and got debris all over the place. So that must have been very energetic and hot. So yeah, I mean, they use an AC heated bed, which a lot of companies don't do for that reason. I mean, 24 volts is inherently, I think it's a little safer because the voltage is lower, so that means it's less dangerous in a lot of ways. When you force all the power to go through the motherboard and the power supply, you have a lot of ways to detect when that current is going too high and, break it and make it stop. But apparently here they're just letting, I don't know, this cable's heating up and catching on fire. Seems pretty bad. So anyone here had an A1 power lead to the print bed or pop catching fire? It has killed the printer and has knocked out my home power, and I only had it 6 days. Have an X1C and have a lot of hours on that. Hopefully they'll replace/refund this junk and I'll buy another X1C. Okay, well, hopefully they do. This glitchy website doesn't let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. Come on. Okay, so people are saying scary stuff. That's crazy. I'm glad it wasn't worse. Still no response from Bambu Lab after 3 days. How long does it take? Well, I think they're kind of in panic mode right now because they're trying to figure out how many of their printers might have this problem. And yeah, they actually made a post on their website. So let's go to that. So they've done a whole investigation on this issue. This is actually coming to us from the future. Right now it's the 27th, but according to them, it's the 28th. So Bambu Lab is coming at us from the future. I'll just be reading their blog post word for word, and I'll let you decide whether this is a big issue or not. So, according to the Spaghetti Monster, which I guess is Bambu Lab's CEO, we've recently received a few concerning and unstable temperature readings and heating issues of our A1 printers. The investigation has revealed that the cause of the issues is linked to the damage at the root of the cable, which is the connecting point of the heat bed cable to the base of the printer. To a very small portion of A1 printers, very small guys, excessive bending caused by external forces leads to damage at the cable root. Okay, so this isn't their fault, it's excessive forces at the cable base that's what's causing the problem. It's not a design flaw, guys. It's just not. This damage might not immediately cause the cable to fail, but it will make the cable more susceptible to fatigue and damage in later use. Although the fuse on the heat bed will prevent the bed from overheating, and the fuse on the power supply will prevent any short circuits from developing into any meltdown, this damage will affect the reading of the temperature and may cause power loss or even short circuits. We think it's a serious threat to safety that we should address. During the reliability test of A1 in the development, we tested the fatigue of the cable caused by the movement of the bed during printing. Unfortunately, the test did not include the corner cases, such as fatigue after excessive bending caused by external force. Remember guys, this isn't the printer's fault, it's the external forces that are causing it. We should have designed the strain relief to better protect the cable from any damage. Our investigation has identified several factors that may cause this damage. 1. Rough handling during transportation, like dropping the package in certain directions so that the root of the cable is impacted. So this isn't Bambu Lab's fault necessarily, it might be UPS's fault, or those FedEx guys, you know how they are. During installation, if the base is vertically placed on the table with the cable side at the bottom, and all the weight of the printer will be concentrated on the root of the cables and cause damage. Okay, so this is actually a big one. If you have your printer on the table, hold on, I need to be in big mode for this. If you have your printer on the table and you want to look at the bottom to inspect it or clean some debris off of the feet or something, you're probably going to tip it back so that you can look at the bottom of the printer. Well, in the act of tipping the printer back, you're introducing strain onto that point, onto that cable strain relief. So that's not good. So guys, just don't do that. If you need to look at the bottom of your printer, maybe tip it on its side. I actually do that more often than tipping the printer backwards. Actually, if you tip it left or right, you can see the bottom just as easily, and it's usually less hard on the printer. So, that's your pro tip of the day. During installation, if the base is vertically placed on the table. So yeah, you have to do like 12 screws in the bottom of the machine. I bought one of these things and put it together myself. In my case, I did it in my car, so I think that was a more ergonomic place to do it than most people. If you're doing it on a table, then you might be tempted to tip that back and introduce stress into the cable. After the installation, the cable's route on the printer base is impacted by force by an accident. So if you accidentally bump it into a table, or you're pushing it back up against the wall and it impacts there, that can all cause this kind of damage. If your cable is damaged, you can clearly observe abnormalities on the cable's insulation layer. Here's a sample of a damaged cable. So let's take a look at this. Let's zoom in. You can see it's got a little bit of a crease there. So, that seems to be what you'd want to look for if you're worried about this damage on your printer. And right below it, they have a picture of a healthy cable that's undamaged. So it looks like they have a small strain relief here. It's just they need to beef that up and make it a couple inches long or something. For current A1 owners, we offer the following solutions. If your heat bed cable exhibits signs of damage shown above, or if you are not sure about it, please reach out to our customer support immediately via this link and provide a picture of the cable at the root. We will arrange the diagnosis and replacement if it is a confirmed damage. Alright, here's one issue I have with this. These Bambu Lab printers are not really designed to be easily serviced. I've just been doing some Ender 3 mods, as I do. I've really been getting back to my roots and playing around with those printers. One really nice thing about those printers is it's really easy to just take everything apart and put it back together. You just undo maybe 4 screws and you can pull basically any component off of an Ender 3. On the A1 and all the Bambu Lab printers, you'll casually have to undo 40 screws just to, remove a cable or something. I have no idea what this repair is going to look like, but I don't think it'll be all that easy. We strongly advise customers with verified cable damage to refrain from operating their A1 units until the necessary repairs or replacements have been conducted. If you are willing to replace the cable by yourself, we will send you a revised replacement assembly of the heat bed. This will save the trouble of wiring the heat bed. Well, I think you might have trouble doing the wiring yourself, and that's why they're doing it. It's not to be generous. It's not to save you the effort. It's because most people would probably F it up if they tried to do it themselves, because these things really aren't designed to be serviceable. And why might you want something to be designed to be serviceable? Well, you're looking at the reason right here. In the following 2 weeks, and compensation for your time invested in replacing the module, if you're not comfortable replacing the module by yourself, we completely understand and will replace the whole printer for you. Wow. One question though. If you get your printer and you've been using it for 5 days, and then you get your printer replaced, do you still have a return policy on that printer? Or, does the 15 days just get absorbed into this process of you sending a printer back and getting a new one? And also, when they say replace the whole printer for you, are they giving you a brand new printer so you'll have 2? Or are they going to wait until you ship one back, confirm that they've received it? I don't know if it gets lost in shipping or anything, then they might not give it to you. I don't know what the situation's going to be, but all the logistics of that and having all that downtime for your printers doesn't sound pleasant. But yeah, replacing the whole printer, that's a great move. We'll see. They're probably going to have to come up with a new strain relief design and build a couple printers like that before they send them out to people, unless they're planning on sending out printers with the same design that might get damaged again. If your cable is intact, which is the case for most of our customers, to proactively safeguard your cable against damage, we have engineered a cable protector that acts like an extra stress relief. This device takes 30 seconds to install without the need for any tool and is to restrict the cable's bending angle, thereby offering preventative protection. Within the next month, we will dispatch cable protectors to all of our customers who have made past purchases. Upon receiving the cable protector, we urge customers to install it on their heat bed without delay. It's crucial to unplug the printer before performing the installation for safety reasons. For those who require an immediate solution, we offer an alternative A 3MF file for the cable protector is available for download and print. Okay, so you can print out your own little upgrade here and modify this thing. I mean, this is like the wimpiest little bed cable I've ever seen. And to think that that little cable is carrying 120 volts AC and it's moving around like that. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused and value your understanding and cooperation. We are committed to enhancing the cable design for greater durability and reliability. We will enhance the packaging for all the A1 units currently in stock in our warehouses to prevent cable damage during transportation. The package update involves open box operations resulting in visible signs such as holes cut in plastic bags, additional padding, and modifications to the box. All the extra reinforcement will be done using official packing materials and will not affect the printer itself. For more details on these packaging updates, we will release a wiki article shortly to break down the process, providing clear reference to customers upon receiving their brand new A1 printers. If you have any questions or additional concerns, please reach out to us. All right. Frequently asked questions. Is my A1 safe to print? It is safe to print with your A1 if you do not see any obvious damage to the heat bed cable. However, to prevent further inconvenience, we request all customers with an A1 to install the cable protector. Well, you know what? What if I don't want to install the cable protector? What about that, huh? Anyways, will the warranty be affected? The installation of the cable protector will not affect your factory warranty. That is very generous. I gotta hand it to them for that. What if I have a different shipping address to receive the cable protector? Please contact customer service directly for assistance. Is the A1 Mini affected by this? A1 Mini is not affected. Okay, well, that's great. Cool stuff. Let's look at some of these pictures again. So, you just put the little cable protector on there. This seems like a great little solution. This doesn't look hacky at all. Very cool. Okay, so one thing real quick. They're suggesting that you might want to print out a file. So they'll send you a little PETG profile for this thing. Most plastics that are used in the design and construction of electronics are kind of flame retardant, so they won't catch on fire even if you hold a blowtorch to them. The PETG that you're probably printing this with probably isn't. So they're kind of giving you a factory modification to perform that will install non-fire retardant materials onto your printer over an area that has been shown to potentially, spit some sparks out and possibly catch fire. Ugh. I don't know if that's a good idea, guys, but, that's fine. I mean, whew. Anyways, I just wanted to give you this quick update. I feel really bad for Bambu Lab. It just really sucks when you ship a product and it doesn't live up to the expectations that you had for it. All right, well, that's about it. Remember, guys, Bambu Lab is #1. I will be returning my A1 because I just don't want it anymore. And maybe have a cable in the back that catches on fire. So, yeah, I've seen a couple pictures of these, the backs of these printers, and I've seen a couple that have damage on them. So I don't know how common this issue is, but it might be more common than Bambu Lab is letting on. So if you have an A1, I would definitely check the cable coming out of the back of the printer, because if you're maneuvering it and doing any kind of stuff like assembling or disassembling, you might crease that cable very easily, and you're going to want to get that checked out and make sure that you don't have a fire. So remember, guys, I'm just looking out for your best interests because I care about all the little Bambu Lab owners out there. Best thing since sliced bread. That's it for today. Goodbye. I have some great... No, sorry, wrong broadcast.